Alright everyone, I'm just going to get right to the point. I hate it when YouTubers waste everyone's time. This is the Nintendo Alarmo. It is available now for $100. And yeah, it's not worth $100. Let's just get that out of the way. So if you're considering it like, oh, is it worth $100? Is it not? No, it's not. It's not worth $100. You can save your time. You can click off this video. You can not give me any engagement, not help my channel grow, not leave a comment, not subscribe. You can basically screw me over by leaving now. Or you can continue to watch this video and find out why it's not worth $100. Number one, I want to say that I actually don't hate the Nintendo Alarmo. It's actually, kind of cool to have a Nintendo themed clock on my desk. But as you can see, I said on my desk. I actually don't use this as an alarm clock because it's kind of annoying, to be quite honest. For me anyway, like when I wake up, I don't really want to hear a bunch of sound effects coming from this alarm clock as I move my body. For children, I think that would be maybe pretty fun. If you're over the age of 12 years old, I think maybe it's not exactly that compelling. I don't think it's really that compelling for adults, but if you have a child, if you have a kid, or if you are a kid, I think this alarm clock is perfectly fine. But there's some major issues here if you want to use this for anything serious. First of all, you can only set one alarm. Now, as someone who's using this as literally just a desk clock, sometimes I want to set alarms. If I have a deadline, if I want to do something that day, I want to set an alarm. I can't do that. I can only have one alarm. So every day I would have to set a new alarm for my wake-up time if I want to set multiple alarms. So that is a big downside, that there's no multiple alarms. There's only one singular alarm. The next major complaint is the sleep sounds, which is actually one of the main reasons I was interested in this alarm clock. They only play for 5 minutes. I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody that goes to bed in 5 minutes. Who the hell is going to go to sleep and fall asleep completely in 5 minutes? That doesn't make any sense. Why is the sleep sounds only 5 minutes long, and there's no option to extend the sleep sounds to be 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, until you wake up? There's no option. That's so stupid to me. 5 minutes is essentially useless. So the sleep sounds function of this alarm clock is useless. And that's one of the main reasons I bought it. In terms of the selection of alarms, I'm sorry, but I'm not really a big fan of Breath of the Wild. I know it's sacrilegious to say that, but I wish they had made it Ocarina of Time, which would make sense since it's about time, or Majora's Mask, which makes even more sense because it's about time, the clock tower. But we're stuck with Breath of the Wild. I understand they want to promote it's not even a new game really. Breath of the Wild is 7 years old at this point, but I guess they want to promote a game available on Switch. But then again, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are available on the Nintendo Switch, so I don't really think that's a good excuse. You also got Mario Odyssey, you got Splatoon, Pikmin, and Ring Fit Adventure. Ring Fit Adventure is like the only one where I'm like, come on guys. I like Ring Fit Adventure, I have it. I've played it like 5 times, but no, I don't think that game deserves to be in this alarm clock. It's not on the same level of Zelda, Mario, Pikmin, and Splatoon. No way. Thankfully, Mario Kart and Animal Crossing will be coming with software updates. That's kind of like not enough, right? I think they should be doing multiple updates a month. They should be adding games every single month. And I don't really think they're going to be doing that, although it's still early days, so maybe they will. I hope they will. But 7 alarms isn't really enough. Another problem is I actually set the alarm to be shuffle, okay? So every day it's supposed to be a different alarm. The problem is I actually have found that doesn't work because it's been a couple days now and I set it to shuffle all alarms, not just the Zelda alarm, and it's still just showing me the Zelda alarm. It's not showing me Pikmin, it's not showing me Mario. I don't know if there's a bug, but I double checked to make sure the setting was correct, and I'm 100% sure the setting I put was correct, and it's still not really shuffling any other game. Now maybe in a week I can update this in the comments or something and say, okay, maybe I was just unlucky. and it keeps shuffling Zelda again and again and again, and it's not shuffling Mario or any of the other games. But so far, I gotta be honest and say it doesn't seem to be working for me right now. Okay, so what are some of the positives? Because I talked a lot about the negatives. Positives are the menu system is actually better than the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it feels really good for a fucking alarm clock. That's crazy that this is better than the Nintendo Switch. The sound quality is okay. Some people, like, I read some reviews where people were, like, super impressed by the sound quality. And I'm like, it's not that good. I mean, it's okay. It's not horrible. But it's not like super great like some of these reviews are saying. No, it's good, but it's not that great. Also, you can't really play any music off this thing. It's just for alarms. It's just for sound effects while you're going through the menus and things. It doesn't... The sound quality is good, but it's kind of wasted at the moment with limited functionality. I will be honest though, this thing is actually bigger than I thought it should be. What I mean by that is the plastic enclosure, it just seems way too big. Like, the screen isn't that big, but everything around the screen is huge. Like, they could cut the size of this thing, I think, by half. Just honestly, I think it's a little bit too big. I think the screen isn't big enough, but the enclosure is actually bigger than I thought it would be. And also, it looks like a toy. Now, yes, this is for kids. This is supposed to be fun. So that's fine, but if you're an adult, I would say I wouldn't bring a lady over to your bed while having this on display. This is not actually a very cool piece of technology. This is a very lame piece of technology in terms of looks. But honestly, I don't care. I'm not above it. I like lame looking bullshit, so I don't care. But if you are fashion conscious, if you're style conscious, this isn't a very cool looking device. It's a very Fisher-Price toy type of device. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't look sleek. It looks like a fucking toy, and that's fine, especially because it's probably primarily aimed towards kids. There's one more negative I want to say before I end this, and that's why the hell does this not show the weather? This clock connects to the internet. It literally has a goddamn Wi-Fi symbol on the right, the top right of the screen next to the date. What the fuck is the point of this Wi-Fi symbol? I don't need to see this 24/7, okay? It's pointless. I don't need to see it. Put the weather there. The real estate on the screen is so wasted. There's icons that don't need to be there, and you could put the weather, you could put a calendar. I mean, you could put so many things that are more useful than just a Wi-Fi symbol. Nobody needs to see that 24/7, okay? If this had the weather, if this had the humidity, if this had something other than just the date and the time, I would be probably more likely to recommend this. But as it is, Nintendo Alarmo is a cool novelty item for die-hard Nintendo fans and for children, but for anybody else, it's not really that useful. And more than that, it's definitely not worth $100. I would say this is worth $39.99. That's about the limit that I think it's worth. Am I regretting that I bought it? No, because I know that in a few years, this will probably still be worth $100. I know that there's going to be collectors that are probably going to want to buy this in a few years. So I'm not regretting it in terms of investment, although you should never buy toys for the sole purpose of investment, but I'm not regretting it in terms of the money that I wasted on it. But if you're going to look at it in terms of value, no, it's not worth $100. No, even if you can sell it for $100, even if you can make money by selling it, even if you can resell this for $120, $130, I still don't think it's worth $100, even though I can make money off it. Anyway, that's my review. I don't think I'm going to bother trying to edit this video super professionally because honestly my videos get like 20 views, so I'm kind of done with trying to be, professional about everything. I'm just going to make videos that I think are fun to make, and if you don't like it, fuck off, I guess. I only get 20 views, who gives a shit? And if you need a rating for it, I'd give it a 6 out of 10, and I think a 6 out of 10 is very generous. If you're not a Nintendo fan, this is like a 2 out of 10 product. But if you're a Nintendo fan, it's a 6 out of 10.